Hey, everybody, it's Kimberly Eichelle, and welcome to another edition of Talented Television. Thank you all for watching once again. You know, I am always so appreciative of you all. So, thank you. For those of you who have not subscribed as of yet, I always ask you, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and press that subscribe button as we will continue bringing you wonderful guests here on Talented Television. So today I have a lady that is from Tacoma, Washington. She is a new artist, and I can't wait to hear her story. So stay tuned.
Campbell, and you're watching Talented Television.
Welcome back to Talented Television. Again, thank you all for staying with me and rocking with me all these years. Today, I have a guest, and I'm excited to get to know her. We've become friends on Facebook, and we kind of encourage each other back and forth. But today, I get to talk to her with you all to find out even more about this up and coming gospel artist. Her name is none other than Estella Johns. Welcome, Estella.
Hi.
How's it going out there in Tacoma?
Oh, I'm blessed.
Good to hear. So you are a new artist, and for those who may not have heard of you before or heard your music before, who would you say Estella Johns is? Give them some history about you.
Well, Estella Johns is, I am someone that grew up in church. I love music. I do a lot of singing in church. I grew up singing in church. I've done a lot of, choirs, groups, solos, and, just lead stuff. I am a mother of three. And I just love to sing, and I'm just me.
And
when you see me, that's the way I am. I just love people, just love to do things for people. And
beautiful. You're also a little fashionista. I see your post out there, So I don't know what your regular 9 to 5 is, but I do see you all dressed up and fancy. So tell me a little bit about the clothing and the fashion behind the artist.
Well, it started, I'm a school bus driver of 17 years. So I had got this one outfit and I really loved it. I said, I'm just going to do a little fashion show today because I had the hat that matched, the dress that matched, and the shoes. I said, well, I'm just going to do a little fashion show and call it a school bus fashion. And just going to do it that day. And I got a lot of compliments. I said, well, I'm going to do this every day. So I like to dress anyway. And, I get a lot of compliments at work because, my supervisor and them love the way I dress, because the kids respect you a lot better when you dress better. But it just went on from there.
So now you can add it to your artistry as a gospel artist. You already have the fashion down. That's part of the look that you need. You can't just come in and sing. I mean, you can, but if you are growing as an artist, you want a look. So when you come into the room, they're like, okay, Estella is here. So I'm gonna already say you got that part down packed. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So what are your hopes of what you want to bring to the gospel industry? Because there are, people who have all types of things that they hope to relay in their music. For some, they want to bless others, through things that they've been through. For others, they just want to bring joy in their music. What is it that you hope to get across with your music when you release it as an artist?
Well, with my first album that I've done, it was through things I went through. But when I wrote the song, I wrote it what I was going through, but that other people I didn't put it just about me. I put it out there for other people that went through the same thing, can relate, and it can minister to them and help them to get through. So that's what that is. And I'm praying that my next and music that I put out um, will minister to people. These are the last days, and I want to minister to their souls. There's people out there hurting, and they need to hear something to minister to them, and that they can keep going back to and listen to and minister to their souls. So my thing is more to minister to people. I'm not looking for a bunch of awards and all that kind of stuff. If it happens, that happens. But my goal is to minister to the lost, to the hurting. You know.
That's beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely. And we need people to minister to the lost and the hurting because, for some artists, it is about that award or that
Yeah.
glory or charting and things like that. I just read a article where Ty Tribbett was talking about that. In the past, he had kind of gotten caught up in that, which is easy to do in any industry. You want to do your best and be known
Right.
as one of the best. But he was saying that he had to go back to basically why he began,
Mhm.
as an artist, as a gospel artist,
Mhm.
And so, with that being said, I think it's beautiful that you said first you want to touch the hearts of the people,
Mhm.
you know.
Yes.
So tell me, you talked about writing from your experiences. Tell me what your thought process is or how um you write your songs. So for instance, I'll use myself when I'm writing music. For me, a beat comes to my head typically. And once that beat is in my head, the lyrics are coming. So what is
Mhm.
your writing process at like as a singer songwriter?
Well, when I first started, I was like, okay, because I write poems. So I thought maybe my poems I can turn them into music, but I went to a workshop and they were saying some poems are meant to be poems, and some are not meant to be songs. So I said, okay, so I left it at that, and then I said, so I tried to write a song for my mom before, while she was sick, and I didn't just couldn't get it because I didn't have the music in my head. So that's when I ran across Navell, and I'm trying to make this short. So he would send me music, and I would pray before I write, before I even name the title of the song, and before I even listen to it, I would pray and ask God to help me with this and with the wording and whatever. And my first album, the first 7 songs, God gave me the words to each and every song. I will write from 9 p.m. to 3 and be done and lay it down the next day. So
Wow.
mine was the Lord gave it to me, and then after the 7th song, because there's 10 songs on the album, after the 7th song, He told me, "You got this." And then it was like, okay, it's easy, Lord, but I need your help. And then all of a sudden it started flowing. So yeah,
Amen.
um,
Amen.
I have to have the music for me to write. I can't just write and then get the music. I have to have music in my head or have it in front of me for me to write.
So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You mentioned Navell, which is Navell Davis, singer, songwriter,
Yeah.
producer, extraordinaire, musician, and just all around good person. So if
Yes,
you're working with Navell, you're definitely in good hands, in good
I
hands.
am.
I love your process though. Like I said, for me, the music comes to my head. So when I go to the studio, I'm able to sing it, and typically the producer or musicians are able to put the music behind it,
Oh,
but everyone is different, and
right,
so that's one thing that I like about talented television is that it allows others to see that each person may have the same type of talent, but we flow differently, and that's a
right,
beautiful thing. That's how God created us.
right, right.
Absolutely. So, as
Yeah.
an artist, we all face challenges. There's always something that we may go through. So, and just in being a human being, in general, there are things that we go through in life. So, can you tell me about a time where you went through a challenge in your life and there was a song or music that actually got you through?
Oh yes, I can. Yeah, my mom, I was her caregiver for 10 plus years.
Mm.
And I'm sure a lot of people that were caregivers for their moms, they can relate that you can see your mom going down. It gets to you. And so that's the time I was writing. And there's one song that I wrote on that whole album, besides the one I wrote for my mom called "Our Daughter's Love." But this song called "Sing," um, it really relate. I mean, it took me through because God gave it to me. He told me to sing when I'm going through something. But yeah, when she went down, and then after she passed last year in January, I went into a dark place, a real dark place. I didn't want to do no music. I didn't want to hear anything. I wanted to just shut my doors and windows and didn't want to be bothered.
Right.
But I realized that I had to shake this off. I had to, and I thank God I didn't get to the place that I let this overcome me. Because, devil going to speak to you. Oh, you miss your mom that much. Just take your life. You can see her. And I know goodness well that's not going to happen. I thank God that I didn't listen to that. So,
Absolutely.
and then I did finally go back to my music, to that song, Sing. And it brought me through. It brought me really through. And it's yeah. Yeah, I woke up this morning singing it. Not that I was feeling bad. It was just a song that I keep in my spirit that I sing to get me
Absolutely.
through.
Right. So
Mhm.
it's a song that ministers to you
Yes,
anyway, so I'm sure when you sing now, that it gives you a different feeling and emotion,
yes,
behind it. Can you recall some of the lyrics that ministered to you during that time?
yes. That was a song I was gonna sing for you. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Well, you know what? Can you sing a little bit of it for me now?
yes.
Please.
And I don't know if you'll be able to hear the music, but I'm a play it because I don't have big
Okay.
speakers or anything. Okay,
Sure.
okay, here we go. All right, here we go. When you feel afraid and you don't know why, you feel so all alone, and all you do is cry. Keep your head up high and dry all your tears. Sing a song, it will help you through your fears. So sing, sing. Come on and sing. Just sing. Come on and sing. I know you may feel like no one even cares. Put your trust in God, He's always there. Keep a melody and a song in your heart to get you through the day and a fresh new start. So sing. Come on and sing. Just sing. Come on and sing.
Beautiful.
When you sing, it will take you through. When you sing, you will feel brand new. When you sing, put a smile on your face. When you sing, it'll take you to another place. A place where you feel free. A place where you can sing. So sing, 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 and make a joyful noise. Sing, sing, oh sing, sing. and make a joyful noise. Sing. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Oh, ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. So sing, 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 the joyful sing, sing, oh sing, sing, and make a joyful sing. Here we go.
All right. Sing.
That's the end of that.
Make a joyful noise. Sing. It's a
Yes, and
beautiful song.
Nabel was backgrounding as well.
Oh, wow. So Estella, that is a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Sing. So where could we find that song?
I'm on all platforms as Estella Johns.
Great,
Yes.
great. All platforms, y'all hear that. So make sure you go out and get Sing and the other songs that she has released. A beautiful spirit and a beautiful testimony. So tell me, who are some of your musical influences?
I can go Shirley Caesar,
Mm-hmm.
and they might not be all gospel singers, but
That's okay.
sure, I like Fantasia,
Yes.
Leandra, Cece, and just I could and Yolanda Adams.
Okay.
And I can go
Absolutely.
back as Mahalia Jackson. So
Wow. Yes,
yeah, I can go
indeed.
back as far
Yes,
as that. But yeah,
indeed.
those are the few that I.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, on this show, I love for people to talk about talents, music, genres, all of those things. So it's not just based on gospel artists. If you like Luther, you like Luther. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So,
Now see, I could
yes.
have went there.
Uh-huh. So
Kim,
whoever
all
you
them,
like, it's okay. I love music as well, from show tunes to commercials to, hip hop. It just
Yeah.
depends on what mood I'm in that day. Now, I am specific about who I listen to because I don't let everything into my spirit, but there are some love songs that I love. There are some artists out there that I really enjoy just their artistry, and that's what Talented Television is about. So with your latest project, you talked about Sing, but what are some of your other favorite songs on the album?
The first one would be A Daughter's Love. That's a song I wrote to my mom. That's a song I started off with, and I haven't seen Nabel in like 40 something years, and I finally met up with him. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was looking at the first thing the door shut and my basically didn't open when I was talking to this producer. It didn't open. So the Lord, I think I did that for a reason, to have me with Nabel, and and things worked out fine. But yeah, Heart. I have a song called Heart. Put God First. Yeah. And it's like I have a lot of them. I even got some singles. I Made It. I got a song called I Made It. There's this one song I done. I'm getting ready to do like a skit play with it. It's called Take the Mask Off. Yeah, and it's about someone. I don't know why I wrote this.
Okay.
But Lord directed me through it. I didn't know why, because this never happened to me, and it's about someone that's being abused, that I have been abused.
Wow.
And I don't know why I wrote it, but like I said, that's a whole nother story, because I have a big story for that one. But yeah, and then I Believe and Miracles. Yeah, so yeah, basically all my songs is
you like I all like, of
but
them,
I have
are
my
your favorites.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's beautiful. I listened to Heart recently, so I can definitely say that there is a message in your music, and I really
Thank you.
enjoy the lyrics and even the tone of your voice. A lot of times people get stuck in what something should sound like. So nowadays, music to me, there are so many artists that sound alike, even though you can tell just by little nuances that it's this person
Mhm.
versus that person, but the sound in itself is the same. So it's
Right.
always good and refreshing when someone brings a new sound. And I believe that you have a new sound that you're bringing that will reach those that it's supposed to reach, even with you saying that you wrote the song or are getting ready to, get this skit to go with the song, Take the Mask Off.
Mhm.
We ask God to order our steps,
Right.
and so, with him ordering our steps, like you said, I don't know who I wrote this for, but
Mhm.
God knows who you wrote it
Mhm.
for,
Yeah.
and it's going to minister to not only that person, but those people, because there are so many people who are going through what you spoke about, domestic violence and all of these things, that they need to be healed from. There is a God who still heals. So that's powerful that you are
Yes.
using music, as
Yeah.
a tool to lead others to Christ and to let them know, that you can be healed from this. Yes,
Yes.
it
Yes.
hurts,
Yeah.
but there
Yeah.
is a peace giver and there
Mhm.
is still a deliverer in the land. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing your gift.
And just to say something else, if I can, that song was not supposed to have been named that. It was I was going to write it, and the name was going to be called Reflections, and I was
Mm,
going to reflect back over my life or what I went through. But God told I sat down and picked up the pen, and I was getting ready to write Reflection. God said, "Name it, Take the Mask Off." And I'm like, I talked to Him like I'm talking to you. I said,
uh-huh.
"Lord, take the mask off. COVID. People already wrote about COVID. So what do you mean?" He said, "Just write."
Yeah.
There it was.
There it is. Yep. And so we're thinking mask as we've been
Right.
wearing, in COVID, but he's saying take that mask off of your face,
Right.
because a
And
lot of times we as people in general, not only church people, but people in general, sometimes hide behind a mask. And so we see that a lot in social media. You see people who are, doing all these wonderful things and great things, but when you talk to them in private, it's like, girl, I broke down in tears today. Or you know what? I've been going through this, or whatever the case is, but you would never know because they have a mask on. So God has given you the song to say, take the mask off, because with him, if with nobody else, we can be transparent and we need to be transparent. And how can we be fully healed until we are truly transparent? So I
right.
I give kudos to you, and just acknowledge you as a writer, or admonish you, excuse me, as a writer, to keep writing, keep hearing from God, allow him to keep directing that pen, that's in your hand. Because like you said, I wanted to name it this, but God knows what's needed in this season and in this time. So
And
keep your ears open.
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this too, and I'm gonna get off this subject because I know you want to move on. But when I got to the end, I couldn't finish it because I didn't know what to write. Like I said,
Mhm.
it didn't happen to me, so I didn't know what to write. So I went to work on a Thursday,
Uh-huh.
and our lunchroom used to be packed, but it was only two people in there. This one lady, I walked in, she said, "Can I talk to you?" And I said, "Yeah." She says, "Brenda," she told me that what had happened to her,
Hmm.
and then she said they didn't know the name of my song, and she told me what was happening to her. And I'm just listening. I'm saying, Lord, this must be the ending of my song. I'm saying in my mind. She said, "Brenda, I've been wearing a mask."
Wow. And there's the
And that was the ending
confirmation
of my
that you
song,
needed.
and that was all. And I said to tell you, I said, you just didn't know. I said, I thank you for that. We just cried. I said, I thank you for this. I said, because I'm writing a song, Take the Mask Off, and it has to do with what you told me about. And
Isn't
we
that
just started
something?
bawling. And there it was.
There it is.
So now I'll listen to the Lord and won't question everybody. Why? I'm just go right.
Yes.
So yeah.
And it's right
So
on
yeah, that brings
time.
tears to me now.
Yes,
Sorry, because
indeed.
this is one of my favorite songs too. But
Wow. Yeah,
yeah.
and it's always timely. God knows, like I said, what we need. and he knows what's necessary, and we have been through so many things, like you mentioned, COVID, from the pandemic, people losing their lives, people taking their children out of here. It's just been a lot these last few years. It seems like there has been more and more violence and impact in the land. So it's time
Right.
for us to deal with things on
Yeah.
a spiritual level as well.
Yeah.
Now I am going to move forward. I want to
Okay.
talk about something else that you shared on Facebook the other day. And basically you were saying that your music had just got picked up and it was going to be put on radio soon. So tell me
Yeah.
a little about that.
Well, I woke up and I don't know if I'm supposed to mention radio station or not, but because it's not here like in our radio stations, it's one of these things that, yeah, I guess be on Facebook. But they told me, they said we're pleased to let you know that your song "Take the Mask Off" is going to be on on our radio station. And I was texting back and forth, like, because like I said, it's new to me.
Yes.
Asking questions, da 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 da. What I need to do that? I said, no, you don't need to do anything. But that because one while after I finished my first album, I wasn't going to write anymore. I was going
Hmm.
to, because I didn't feel like my music was getting out there. I felt like everything was, I was doing all this in vain and stuff like that. But my niece spoke to me because she's one of the artists too. She spoke to me, Auntie, don't give up. Then I went
Hmm.
and told neighbor, I think this is my last one. He said, no, don't give up. So now, and then I went to church one Sunday, and I got spoken over my life, over my music, and over my
Hmm.
family. And I just started seeing things starting to unfold. So,
Absolutely.
but that being on the radio, it's exciting to me.
I want you to know that it is very exciting. One thing that I love is that music is universal, first of
Mhm.
all. And so, what you were asking for was for your music to go out. So, I'm going to encourage you, just as your niece did, Navale did, the pastor at church did, don't quit. The first time that my music was played was in Fort Worth, Texas, in the Dallas Fort Worth area. And I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. But there was a gentleman who picked my music up and began playing it just to know that my music, which I created, that God gave me, was being played over the airwaves and someone somewhere was hearing it. That's big.
Yeah.
Because there are people who dream of that and it never happens. So, blessings to you on that. Don't throw in the towel. And that's what this show is about as well. I always want to encourage others and I always allow others to come on to encourage each other. Everyone started somewhere.
Yeah.
You hear the stories of artists, from gospel artists to R&B artists, they all have a background story. You will hear stories of how, people were booed. Look at Lauren Hill was booed on the Apollo. You got stories of Luther, and things that he went through. Alicia Keys, I think she said that she had been out many years before she was finally picked up. The thing is,
Mm,
you're building and you're growing and you're maturing and you're getting ready, because when the doors open, you can't say, oh, I'm not ready, or I don't know what to
right.
do, or, what am I supposed to say? It's little places, it's line up on line, precept upon precept.
Right.
And as you
Right.
learn, by the time you get to the place where you feel you're supposed to be, you'll be ready for that door.
You're right. I thank you. I really thank you for that. That resonated in my spirit. I will keep that there, and I appreciate you
Amen.
for saying
Please
that.
hold on to it. Hold on
Oh
to your
yeah.
dreams, because all the gifts that God is giving you is not for nothing, or not, as they say. It's for a reason, and it may not be for everybody, Estella. That's what I had to get in my own spirit. I've been doing talented television for about 5 years now. And the people that I've worked with, from independent artists like yourself to celebrity artists, I'm still not where I feel like, oh, I should be here, but
Mhm.
I'm still growing. I'm
Right.
still hearing people say, you know what, that show blessed me. Someone is going to tell me, you know what, I really enjoyed her show. And
Mhm.
so those are the things that matter. Sometimes we're ready to be up here, but God is
Right.
saying, bless your community. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? Because there's
Right.
someone like that lady in your cafeteria that needs to hear a word from you. But if you already gone to Hollywood or Nashville or wherever, then we're going to miss her, right?
Yeah.
So God uses us in specific times and specific places. So you're necessary. Keep writing. That's all I got to say. Keep writing, keep singing, keep doing what God has called you to do. Because in the end, it's all about Him. As a gospel artist, it's all about Him anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you want to continue to give Him everything and give Him your best.
Right. When I was looking at my age of when I started at 62. I said, I'm too old for this. Ain't nobody gonna listen to me. So that's I had that stuck in my head a lot too. I was
Yes.
like, ain't nobody gonna listen to no 62-year-old woman
But you
singing.
know what?
Yeah.
Sing, whatever age, because your
Yeah.
voice is your voice, and it's gonna minister. Like you said to me that one of your influences was Shirley Caesar. Shirley is older now, and she's much older than 60, I'm sure, at this point, but people are still listening to her.
Yeah.
And they're still enjoying her music. So even though you're starting here, God can catapult you so quickly
Yeah.
into the next level.
Right.
So look, I do that to myself many times. I'm like, well, I'm this age, I'm in my 40s now, and da da da. My mom looks at me many times and say, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Because if you wait, then you're gonna be in your 70s and then ready to
Right.
do it, because your dream is your dream.
Your dream. Right.
Period.
Right.
And so no matter when that dream begins to come to fruition, it has to manifest. And
Mm-hmm.
so congratulations on achieving your dream, and starting the path towards your dream. And again, those that you resonate with, they're going to be your super fans.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
We're not for everybody. I'm okay with
Right.
that. Everybody may
Right.
not like Kimberly Eichelle. That used to bother me because I'm such a people person. And I would be like, oh, well, at this point, I'm not for everybody. But those
Right.
that I am for, thank you, Lord. That's why we
Right.
have so
Yep.
many different stores and restaurants and, beauticians and all of those things, because there's somebody for everybody.
Right.
Might not like my beautician. They go somewhere
Right.
else. You get what I'm saying? So, with
Uh-huh.
that being said, keep going. Don't give up. And I'm
No.
super proud of you for starting right where you are. And you don't know who you're encouraging. Even with this show,
Right.
there may be another 60-year-old, 70-year-old, 75, that is saying, you know what, if she's doing it, I can do it too. And that's what
Right.
it's all about: inspiring others, loving on others, and using what God gave us. It makes me think of that parable of the talents, that God gave
Mm-hmm.
out, or well, we will say in the Bible it was a parable, but that the
Right.
man gave out in the Bible. And some people took theirs, or one person took theirs and buried it in the
Buried
ground,
it. Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
then the other, he used it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
we want to use it. We don't want to say, when he came back, he's like, I buried it because I wanted to have something when you came. He like, you lazy. You didn't do
Right.
nothing with the talent that I gave you.
Right.
And the talent at that time, of course, was represented by talent, money, basically. But I'm using literal talent. God has
Right.
literally given us something to do. Use
Right.
it to the best of your ability. So when he
Mm-hmm.
comes back, he will say, well done, Estella. Well done, Estella Johns. Yes, indeed. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. Well, you all make sure that you look her up, the new artist. Well, she's been out for a little bit, but reinventing herself all the time, Estella Johns.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for joining me. And I want you all again to follow her. And I want you to press subscribe and tell a friend about Talented Television. If you're interested in being on Talented Television, make sure that you send me an email at talentedtelevision@gmail.com. I'll take a look at what you got or listen to what you got, and you could possibly be my next guest. So until next time, thank you all for watching. Remember to take care of yourselves, be safe, love on yourselves, use your talent. Don't bury your talent. You are necessary. We'll see you next time. Bye.